if you spend money that you don't have, well, first of all, you can't. You really can't. You have to put yourself in debt and get some sort of line of credit or a loan in order to do so. Okay? Now, when I was growing up, I was told to avoid debt whenever possible, unless it was completely necessary. I mean, I was a long way from actually making a calculated risk business plan that could have made a return on my investment and actually paid off my debt, you know? And like, if you're gonna put yourself in debt, have a plan to pay off that debt, you know? Don't just pay the bare minimum payment for the rest of its duration. Good Lord. Like, have a plan to pay it off. Be actively getting out of debt if you're in it, okay? Otherwise, it was just a complete irresponsible move to put yourself in that position. So, when I was in high school, and everyone was signing up to go to colleges and universities, and our high school newspaper would put out at the end of the year a list of all the seniors and their choice of colleges. Literally, I was at the very end it said to be determined or undecided. I was the only one that I forget what it said, but I wanted it to read that I was intentionally not going. Okay? My parents told me, if you don't have money for your next semester, then you don't go. You can't afford it. Where are you gonna get the money? You know? You want us to co-sign on the student loan for you? Why would we do that? You've only been like working for a few years, you know, like, no. You want to go to school, you go to a community college, you get a job, and you pay as you go, not accumulating debt, because that would be irresponsible, especially as a 19-year-old. So, if you are spending money that you don't have in the hopes that it will come back and it'll have a return on its investment, meaning like it'll lead to you getting this job, or it'll go towards a business that you haven't yet started and it will make this money, then that's a big if. It's a big if. And some might say that is just really irresponsible. Okay? And you deserve any consequences from taking that risk, because that is the risk and the choice that you made. Okay? And my parent, you know, if you're spending money that hasn't yet had a guarantee way of getting back to you, you cannot afford whatever it is that you're doing. You can't afford it. And guess what? When you can't afford it, you don't do it. You got to find some other way. All right? But some people just love spending money and then spending other money that they don't have to pay back that money and thinking that's okay. And then just taking their sweet ass time to like ever pay it back. And credit did build this country. Credit, you know, if someone needs to start a business, you know, it's a good thing that exists, you know, and you've got interest rates. But to say the Inflation Reduction Act is going to reduce reduction and that is going to create enough money for us to pay to relieve people from some of their student debt, when I intentionally didn't go to avoid becoming in debt. So all the, idiots that put themselves in these positions are being rewarded by all of everyone else's tax dollars. This is so severely incompetent. It's literally like the next worst thing that this administration does is literally like the next worst thing constantly. Cannot believe it. So you know what? Congratulations to everyone that got $10,000 of their student loans forgiven. All right. And shame on you to the people that are just going to go back to school and accumulate that same $10,000, that are thinking to themselves, oh, great, I just got 10 grand taken off my loan. I'm going to just go use it again. Wow. You are what's wrong with this country.